Ever going live? Okay, yeah. Oh,
Right.
look,
Oh,
now
there
we're
we go.
live.
Now we're
God
live.
dang, that took forever.
Yeah, I know. It's like you would think we'd be used to that by now, but no, of course not. All right.
Because it can't make up its mind. One week it's
Right.
live before we're through gossiping, and then
All
the next
right.
week.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my goodness.
Oh,
So
good
so
morning,
yes.
everyone.
Good morning. Yeah. So I don't know. Was that post from Ethereal Comics like just a little too on the nose?
It was
with
absolutely
with,
on the
with you
money.
jumping with you well, you weren't jumping a shark. You
I
were
was
riding a
surfing the
shark.
shark,
You were
yo.
surfing the shark.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
I'm
I
reaching out and spreading my wings. I'm gonna make you
right.
proud, Daphne.
Well, hey.
Good morning, losers. It is
Ah!
June 3rd, 2024, and this is the Raging to the
Uh,
Vlogs. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute too.
okay. All
You ready
right.
to do this crap?
Absolutely not, but hit it.
Trigger warning, fuck you.
Ta-da! Good morning, Daphne.
Good morning, Nita. And good morning. Is anyone joining us in the chat today? Or is it
Joseph's
just...
here. Hello. Good morning.
Oh,
Good morning.
hello, Joseph. Hello. And yes, I see you, my beautiful eyeball people watching us from regions beyond. And if you're joining us from Facebook, if you're joining us from LinkedIn, come on over to YouTube. Join Joseph in the chat.
He needs company.
He needs company, yes.
lonely.
And while you're here, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. Oh, I now remember what I forgot to do. Hold on.
Did you?
You know, so yeah, because it's like, because I like to have my stuff like pre-written out, like whenever I have a campaign about to run. So I have like a notepad
Morning, Daddy.
file. Oh, oh my goodness. This is only going to get worse as the campaign goes on. So it's like so all I have to do is just cut and paste. Just try to make it as streamlined as possible. So here is what I'm putting in the chat now.
Morning, Lou.
The link to, speaking of Rob Multari, to Nightwolf volumes 1 and 2. Which is on Kickstarter right now. Congratulations to Rob, who funded. Hello, HR. And I am also putting in my link as well. So there we go. Now we're proper.
So much is happening.
So much is happening. So I guess, and because so much is happening, I guess we might as well just get the show started so we can get onward with the shenanigans.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So, hello, everybody. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and especially after yesterday.
Emotional damage.
For fuck's sake.
And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which is completely 100% fulfilled. Well, except for one, but that's only because the guy ordered Oswald books too, and we're just packing that up right now. So we're going to send all his books together. But if you pledged to Tall Tales, Tears the Mother campaign, all packages are out. So you should be either have gotten them already or getting them this week. So thank you so much to everybody who pledged. And I am known for my medieval fantasy drama, Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which goes live on Kickstarter June 10th, next Monday already. Holy moly. It's the campaign for Eagle Raven Air the First Unicorn Volume 2, which collects issues 5 through 8 of this 15-issue series. So like I said, I just put the link in the chat and in the show notes. So head on over. I am 2 people away from reaching 100 followers. I'd like to get a couple of more people before the campaign goes live next Monday. But links all over the place. So in the meantime, you can read both my comics online at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lager, 500 plus videos and live streams and all that fun stuff in my archive. And it also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you more about it, here's Nita.
I'm going to do something different.
Oh, no.
Yes.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I am. Try not to get wet, okay, Daphne?
Okay. All right.
Good morning. My name is Nita Lanning. I am a writer, blogger from the swamps of Southeast Louisiana. I am a digital marketer for Salterra, Ethereal, and Lone Wolf Comics, to name a few. I am the owner and operator of the Indie Comics Network on YouTube, where we strive to bring you knowledge from the business side of small press publishing. And you can always find us at indiecomicsnetwork.com.
It's.com. Cut.
Oh, look, baby's first cue card. Wow, that's quite that's quite a little resume you got there.
Well, thank you.
Are you busy? No wonder, you know.
Doing my thing.
People think you just shit post all day. Well, technically you do.
I need to add that to celebrity shit poster.
Yes, celebrity shit poster. You know, and then one day, and then it's like, if you do that enough times, you'll be able to say it like you've always been saying it.
I am so uncomfortable saying it that I don't even know if I'll say it again next time.
Oh, no.
It's too professional. I'm flustered now.
Oh, no. You're too professional. Nita.
Yes. Too much.
Too much. Well, until Facebook sends you the next check. So.
Ain't that the truth? Be laughing my ass all the way to the bank of Facebook. Holy shit.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm forgetting something again. We did the intro.
I threw you off too, huh?
Yeah, I know, really.
Like, what just happened here?
I know, it's weird, right? Oh my goodness. But yes, but I think that it's kind of related to what I want to talk about today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, because, you know, on Friday, right? So I had spoken a little bit about finally downloading Glaze and about this new platform that came up called Kara, right? Yeah. So I was able to sign up for a Kara account, right? But the place immediately crashed because I think that they saw like 30,000 signups in one day.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a super, super small platform that was overloaded. So that's not on them. That's everything that blows up.
No, because I remember the same thing happened to Mastodon. The same thing happened to Blue Sky. The same thing happened to Threads. They just see so many people. Although I'm not sure if Threads kept crashing. It was just an awkward platform from the beginning more than it was crashing. Well,
they had the servers. I mean,
that's true. Meta. I mean, it is Facebook. Yeah. Right. So what I didn't know, right? Because Anna Zhao had posted up a little thing about Kara, and I didn't know that that Kara was founded by this photographer who actually won a lawsuit against a German painter for plagiarism.
Right.
It seemed that he took one of her photographs, flipped it, and then just made an exact duplicate of the photograph, except he just painted it, right? And he tried the claim that because it was an oils and not a photograph, it was transformative. But I think it was a European court that said, "Fuck off! You might as well have, you plagiarized the piece. You didn't even try to really It's not like he took the pose; he took everything." So yeah, so she won the lawsuit for that. And I guess she decided that, especially with all this other stuff going on, honestly, it's like I don't know how much of a coincidence that Kara popped up at the same time as Meta, saying that we're scraping your shit to feed our AI, and you have no way to opt out, except if you're in Europe. Only if you're in the European Union are you given the opportunity to opt out of their AI training, because it is now against the law to take, to not inform people of what you're doing
Because
in
all
Europe.
these social media platforms have always been so lawful.
Oh, right, exactly.
I
Right.
never
But
won a
in Europe,
lawsuit with MySpace because they were misusing photos of my children.
right,
Yeah,
yeah,
so, yeah.
hey. So, but in Europe, it's different because you have all these governments coming together, forcing you to obey the law.
Right.
It's the same thing that happened when they updated their, I forgot what it was called, but it was for the mailing list, that there's a very specific permission that you have to give for mailing lists, and that's because of the European Union laws, right? So she decided. So yeah, so Meta is already put it out there that, you know what, fuck you, we're going to use your shit anyway, and we're giving you the opportunity to. If you don't want to be scraped, you have to remove your shit from Meta, which will go into something else at the moment. So Kara pops up, which is supposed to be a social media site pretty much for artists and the people, and I guess like people who want to interact with artists. There was I guess like a misunderstanding as to what it was, because I thought it was just like, okay, it's supposed to replace DeviantArt, not Twitter, essentially, right? It's all of these artists getting together, and then you use Kara as kind of like a portfolio site that you can send people to, right? Okay, I gave up on DeviantArt, when they were doing their AI shit, like a year and a half, 2 years ago. So my account is still open, but I just have a link back to my website. It's like I haven't posted anything there. I took all my stuff down and I haven't posted anything since. And it's like, and I was kind of looking for something that I could use as kind of like a mini portfolio, something with no frills or anything, just to send people to if I wanted. But like I said, I signed up for it. The thing immediately crashed. And now it's like, especially after yesterday, I've been kind of like really rethinking what I'm doing with social media. Not on being on social media, but what I'm doing with it.
Right.
So yesterday, after the whole Meta announcement, and I had read this, like, oh, you have until like June 29th or June 28th, 25th or 29th to remove whatever it is you don't want to be fed into the meat grinder.
Right.
So that's what I was doing. I was cleaning up a lot of artwork from my feed, from my account. And so I took down pretty much most of my artwork. The only thing that I didn't have control over were like people who reposted my stuff, or so I was just really trying to clean up my feed. It's like I was untagging. I was just like, I don't know. It's like I just got into like this. I wouldn't call it a groove because it was fucking annoying, because Facebook does not make it easy to clean up your feed. It really doesn't make it easy, because it's like they have a bulk feature that barely works. Every time I try to use the bulk feature, it wouldn't do anything. And it was really annoying. So I had to go in individually. It was easier to delete photos first. So because in the end, that was the part that counted, deleting all my artwork from my photo archive on Facebook. and then going back and trying to find the broken posts, and then deleting those. I mean, it was so obnoxious, right? But look, if something works a certain way or doesn't work a certain way, it's because it was designed to be like that. This isn't a glitch. It's like Facebook. Yeah, HR. I have cats that copy my work. They get a stipendium to do it for them by the Supreme Culture. Okay. Oh wow. It's right. So it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on there. Um. So 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 it's like so yeah, so if something works or doesn't work, it's because that's how it was intended to work. Someone
Right.
is getting paid to make sure it works or to make sure it doesn't work. Let's just put it that way. So there, and then after I kind of cleaned out the artwork, because my intention was like, okay, I only want to have posts for like a year. I only want like a year's worth of posts on my Facebook, you know and then I found out that I still have posts on my Facebook that go back to 2014. And again, when I went to try to use the bulk feature, the bulk delete, it wouldn't work. Like it
Right.
kept crashing. It wouldn't it would only select like 50 at a time, and even then it wouldn't delete anything. So it's like I'm like going, okay, you know what? I give up on this. It's like obviously this is on purpose. They're making it difficult for me to remove as much stuff as possible.
Right.
I mean, I was able to remove pretty much a bulk of what I set out to remove. But like I said, I have no control over what I got, what posts is on groups, like what stuff that you posted, that you uploaded. And
But the thing is don't worry about it. I mean,
right,
seriously, like okay. I'm not saying, oh, surrender, it's
right,
too late. Oh,
right,
it's over,
yeah,
give up or whatever. But the fucking exodus to sweep and try to wipe clean all your fucking
oh,
platforms is a fucking distraction. And if those images are anywhere
yeah,
online, if somebody wants them, they can get them, no
yeah,
matter where you are,
yeah,
even your own fucking website.
right, yeah,
And I don't even have to download your fucking images anymore. I
yeah,
can screenshot your shit and
yeah,
upload it as my own new image through fucking Midjourney or whatever the
right,
fuck I want anyway.
yeah,
I'm not saying lay down and fucking surrender.
right,
Yes, what
no,
they're doing
no,
is shitty. It fucking sucks. But I
right,
think that the fucking exodus of a lot of this, like, a lot of people misinterpreted my post yesterday as me being like, don't go to fucking Kara. That's
right,
not what I was saying at all. Another platform is always great, but don't feel like, do not think just because they're not, they even say themselves to glaze your shit. I would say go one step above that. We need to start worrying about what's going on with Nightshade,
right.
because glaze can be descrambled from what I'm being told now.
No, I read the what, because Glaze is from the University of Chicago,
Right.
and they were
Nightshade's from MIT, right?
I'm not sure. No, I think they're the same. I
Are
think
they?
that they're both from the University of Chicago.
Okay.
Because they're doing very specific research in anti-AI technology.
Right.
They're doing very specific research. Um so what they were saying is that it's not that Glaze was broken. They said that nobody that there is no proof that anybody broke Glaze. And they were looking, and remember, because they're doing research on this,
Right.
they're looking for people who can break Glaze.
Right.
And so for everybody who's claimed to break Glaze, when they actually looked at the work, they go, oh, well, no, they really didn't.
Okay, well then
And they have
glaze
and
all
they
your
have it on
shit
their website.
regardless.
Right.
Instead of
Right.
if you've already built yourself up
Mhm.
on a fucking social media platform,
Right.
and that's where you're getting your engagement
Right.
and following, to abandon that fucking site,
Yeah.
to me,
Well,
that
that's
is
right. That's a thing that I want to get into in a minute.
okay.
So right. So okay, so like I said, the University of Chicago, this is actual research for them. So so it's like, yeah, so they said that glaze has not been, but what they do say though is that they cannot guarantee that glaze cannot be broken in the future,
Right.
because there's, they're only working with the technology that's available now. So that's what they're
just
saying.
like any other thing.
Right. That's what they're saying. But as of this moment, they say that glaze works.
Okay.
Nobody has been able to say, anybody who's saying that glaze is broke, that glaze can be broken, are mostly just AI bros trying to scare you into not using it. Because the more artists who use this technology, the more it poisons their well.
Right.
And of course, they don't want us to use it. So they're going to try to spread the rumor that, glaze doesn't do anything.
Glaze everything. Everything. Right. Just glaze it. And then put it wherever the fuck you want.
Right. So that's what I was finally doing this morning. So I started running some pieces in glaze. And it takes about, for me, on my system, it takes about 4 minutes per piece.
Right.
To glaze. Now, the best thing about what I like about glaze is that after you glaze it, it still works whether you resize it, whether people screenshot it. It's like, so it doesn't. Nightshade, on the other hand, is a different animal. Nightshade, you need to put nightshade on the final size you're using it, because if you resize that piece, that breaks nightshade. So it's like, it doesn't break nightshade as much as it distorts what it's supposed to do. It kind of weakens. So that's why they say run glaze first, then nightshade. Right? So I'm just running glaze for now. Although according to the program that I'm seeing, it says glaze / nightshade. So I don't know if it's doing both. So I don't know. I mean, glaze is fine. So so now that's okay. So back to Kara, right?
Right.
Because that's the same thing that happened with Mastodon, same thing that happened with Blue Sky, same thing that happened with Meta, right? With Threads, right? Is that everybody got it in their head that if they're going to move to another platform, they have to nuke the platform that they're on right now.
Right.
And that's the thing that I don't understand. Honestly, it's like that makes no sense. Like, now I have to start my audience from scratch. Why? You don't have to. You're just adding another social media platform to your portfolio.
Right. But
you're not destroying.
They found that a lot of people are under the misconception that this is a sanctuary, a safe place. If I run here, there's no such thing anywhere. Not even your own fucking website. People, hear me out. I can fucking go and take an image from any fucking thing I want. If it is public, if it is publicly accessible, I can fucking get it.
Right.
And I can use it for my will. And I don't even have to use downloads of your image that are scrambled. I can just use your image and feed in the fucking keywords that I want out of your shit.
Right.
So stop thinking that this is the safe place. Well, we're jumping off of Facebook and we're jumping off of Twitter and we're running out, which Twitter is fucking retarded. But anyway, we're going to run over here and everything's going to be great and all hunky-dory.
Right. And by the way,
it's not. There's no guaranteed safety.
Yeah. And here's the kicker. Kara doesn't allow not safe for work images.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, here come the police.
Right, here we go. Here come the popos. Now Kara says, the person running Kara, that they said that it's not that they're not allowing it. It's because they're literally working from the ground up. They don't have the moderation.
That's the same cock and bull we hear every fucking time. Because what's going to end up happening is somebody's going to end up fucking policing. Somebody's going to, and it's going to boil down to fucking personal opinion. It'll be the same shit we saw on Patreon. The same
thing.
Meta.
I don't trust. Song. Yeah. Well, and also the thing is too, is that so I don't know at what point on the internet people had an all or nothing attitude.
Right.
where it's like it's either the best thing you've ever seen, or it's it's Dancing with Nazis.
Oh my God. I had
I mean,
people
it's
jump
like
down my throat. Like, why are you anti this campaign when this girl's just, or this platform when this girl's just trying to, and I'm like, I'm not anti anything.
Right.
What I'm saying is abandoning everything you've been building for fucking years
Right.
to do it when there's no guarantee of your safety there either.
Right,
Just because they're not saying, well, fuck you, we're doing it anyway. A hacker is going to say, fuck you, and they're going to do it anyway, regardless. So abandoning what you've currently been building is stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
no,
stupid.
I agree. I mean, because
I got attacked, so I just was like,
yeah,
whoa,
well,
hold up, for fuck's sake, man, let's step back, because you're not listening. You're not listening.
No. Well, it's the internet. Nobody listens. It's the internet. No. I'm going to argue with the version of you in my head that's saying things that you're not saying.
Right.
That type of thing.
Like you do.
Yeah, like you do. So this was like I said, I cleaned up some artwork. And so my what I'm planning on doing. So like I said, I'm glazing, my pieces, and the idea is to like slowly re-upload them again.
Right.
Like from this point on, I do not want to post artwork that's not protected.
Right.
It's
a wise move, and I think everyone should do it.
So that's kind of, so that's the thing. And then it's like, once I finish glazing all of the promo pieces, that I'll put them, I'll make them available to you to switch out the pieces that you have already.
Okay.
I mean, it's like, look, is this going to, it's like, look, this doesn't help all the artwork that I have out there already, right? But from this point on, let me put it to you like this. It's like, just because the water, it's like, the water I was drinking before was clean, the second someone pisses in it,
it's dirty. It's dirty water.
It's not right. It's like, right. So this is the kind of like the equivalent of that. Like, okay, they have artwork that's unprotected before, but now I'm going to do my part to piss in the stream.
And everyone should, because if enough people fucking do it, the artists have the power in their hands between Glaze and Nightshade to corrupt the AI so much that generative AI would be rendered almost useless, except for real shitty graphic design shit. They'll never, like, if you guys poison the fuck out of this shit, there's a good chance, like, that's fighting the good fight and staying where you are. Stand your fucking ground. Don't run. Tuck tail like fucking cowards.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I mean, seriously. I mean, you're not fighting a war, you're running.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, look, and in the end, I don't know which is worse. The people going that it's like, oh, Glaze, I mean, not Glaze, Kara is going to be like our savior and this, that, and the other thing. Or the other people going, it's like, fuck you guys, AI is here to stay, just lie back and take it, it's like,
and
it's
see,
like,
that's not it at all, man.
You're all stupid.
You're all stupid.
both political parties on this side is dumb.
Like I said, I like the idea of Kara as a portfolio site.
Absolutely.
I like, but I'm going to wait until the hype comes down a bit before I actually go in and see what I can do with it. So, but okay, so here's the thing, right? So I was cleaning out Facebook, and I decided at that moment, it's like, you know what? It's finally time for me to pull the plug. This is where the whole Scorched Earth comes from. I went to Twitter, I went to Instagram, I went to Threads. I removed all of my posts from there. I put up a link, I put up one graphic that pretty much everything links back to my website. And then I put those links in a folder that says retired. It's like, you know what? I'm done with those platforms. It's like, you know what? I'm looking at, yesterday I really got a good look as to, okay, you know what? What's working for me? I think what happens is Facebook, that with this discussion, YouTube, all these platforms, another one. It's like, yes, sign up for the new platform just so you have your name there. So
Squat
like
your
you know
brand.
what? Squat your brand, and then it's like if you see it's going somewhere, then you could decide on using it later. But what I did was I sat back and I go, okay, you know what? I have enough data here to tell me what platforms are working for me. And I definitely had the data to tell me what platforms weren't. Instagram, out. Twitter, out. Threads, out. It's
now,
like,
mind you, this is for Daphne personally.
well, right, because those three.
There are people who thrive on fucking
Right,
Instagram.
yeah. So these three platforms I have been struggling with for the longest time, and it's like, you know what? I'm tired of the, oh, but what if? And it's
Right.
like, well, has it happened before? Right? No, it's not going to happen. If I haven't been able to make these three platforms move for me, it's not going to happen. And I need to stop wasting my time on them.
Right.
I need to stop wasting my time trying to push a wheel that won't move.
Right.
So yesterday, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm done with these three platforms. I'm not going to worry about them anymore. They're off my table. So now it's like, okay, so what platforms do I know do work for me? What are the platforms that I do see interaction on? I see interaction on my YouTube. I see interaction on my Facebook, right? I see interaction on my Substack. There we go. We got a new one. We got a new contender coming in, replacing one of the three, right? So it's like, okay. And then of course, I have Kickstarter, right? So it's like, okay, you know what? You're going to find me on my website. You're going to find me on Facebook. You're going to find me on Substack. You're going to find me on Kickstarter, right? This morning, I brought back another. It's like, because also I put Blue Sky in retirement. And then this morning, I really thought about it and I brought it back out. So I put Blue Sky back on my list because that one, even though it's predominantly artists on there, my posts get traction.
It is good for networking.
I put up a brand new post this morning and immediately someone, whatever the fuck they do on, like they reposted, they liked it and, like shared it. They shared it.
Right.
Almost immediately. And already it's like, I see better engagement on Blue Sky, even though it's not exactly the audience that I'm looking for, but if these people
but that's changing
the word, right? So if they're spreading the word, those are the people I want to have my posts.
Now people have to understand. They want to talk about a fucking platform that was growing. Blue Sky was invite only, and it was an artist community only, inviting other artists. Now it's open to the public,
right? So, so even though I don't think I really garner sales per se, I do garner visibility.
Right.
And sometimes that's just as good. So I'm putting Blue Sky back on my list. So now
I support this decision.
So now it's like, instead of wasting my time screaming into a void on Threads, on Twitter, on Instagram, I'm now just going to focus on the platforms that I actually get engagement on, that I don't feel like I'm forcing conversation.
You mean like we tell everybody all the time, pick the ones that work for you and put your focus there?
Right.
Oh man, look at us. Look at we've been growing up.
I know. So that's what I was like looking at. It's like, okay, you know what? Let me finally close the door. It's like I keep complaining about the draft, but I won't close the door, right? No, let's finally close that door. Let's finally close those windows. It's not working. So
I remember when that happened with my Twitter account. That was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, you see, and that's the thing, because we were so used to being on these platforms that we kind of got used to it, even when it wasn't working, because, oh, well, what if it picks up again? You know,
Well,
and
because
what
at one time Twitter was my glory, man.
Right, yeah.
Like I had
yeah.
a fucking massive fucking following,
Uh-huh.
amazing, incredible engagement, and then overnight it bottomed out.
Right, yeah.
And no matter what I did, I couldn't build that back up. But I had this like little voice in the back of my head.
Right.
But what if? But what,
What
if?
if?
But what if?
What if?
And I
What
would
if?
stress myself the fuck out trying to figure out
Right.
that algorithm and get back, and nothing. Just 2
Right.
years of fucking crickets.
Right.
And I'm like,
It's
you know
like,
what?
you know, and that's the thing. The good times are already in the past.
Right.
Right? The future, we don't, it's like we're making shit up.
Ha!
You know,
Let's
we
go.
don't, it's like it's the future. The future doesn't exist. The past is gone. The future doesn't exist. All we have is, okay, what's happening now? This
Right now.
shit's not working. So, you know what? I have to finally, because, you know, I have way too much stuff to do, way too much to have any brain space dedicated to a platform that doesn't work.
Right.
You know, so yesterday, so it's like, yeah, so yesterday it's like I put like I was putting a lot of thought into this. In the end, I kind of gave up on cleaning up Facebook, because in the end, it's like I'm going, well, I'm not leaving Facebook. I
Right.
just want to post my artwork under my terms. You know?
From now on, make sure you spread your pissed on art everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So again, it's like it doesn't matter if the water was clean before.
We're gonna pee in it now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and this whole, it's like, yeah, Den goes, don't stress yourself out with imaginary or hypothetical worry. Great point. And things that don't work. If it makes sense, interesting flow. Yeah, I mean, there just came a point, you know. So yeah, so that's kind of like I said, the whole fighting that's going on with Glaze, not with Glaze, with Kara. The thing is, though, is that it's like, look, we are tired. Okay? It's like, that's the thing. I'm tired of constantly, you know, it's like constantly feeling these corporations doing this on us.
They are.
You know, I'm exhausted of this. You know, where it's like, where you see, because the thing is, though, is like, because what's happening, right, is that for a technology that they're saying is revolutionary, they sure need to force it on everybody. You know, well, because
all the fucking rich people invested in this shit, and we're like,
well,
fuck
right.
you, we don't
And
want
what
it. They're like,
is
no,
that
you
they want to get their returns before people really catch on how fake this shit is.
Right.
You know, the whole thing with that video, I forgot what it was called, that everyone's freaking out about. It's like, oh my God, Hollywood's going to be all AI. You know, they faked that video.
Ha! Imagine that.
Sora, I think it was called.
Something like that.
That video was fake. It wasn't. It's like that. Yeah, it's like if the AI, if their technology was so good, why do they have to fake an end result? Because they're trying to make their money before everybody catches on. There were articles from graphic design heads, not graphic designers. I forgot what they're, department heads of graphic design firms, high end though.
Right.
And they were talking about how, yeah, they hired AI artists, you know, AI prompters, and they said within like a month they fired everybody. Because that's when they learned we were being sold a bill of goods, because the AI was not what they were being told it could do.
Right.
And they couldn't get the work that they needed at the quality that they needed with the revisions that they needed.
What? And
they said, no, they had to, you know, so it's like,
good morning, art victim.
Good morning. So yeah, so that's, yeah, corporate control is a giant, is a giant discussion, and forced conversion is always bad. Agree. Yeah, deception can run deep by, yeah, it's all fake. We're seeing the same patterns that we already saw with NFTs.
It's the man behind the curtain,
right?
Like,
yeah,
it's the great and powerful Oz, and you pull back the curtain.
So
and
they're trying,
old dude.
right? So they're trying to, you know. So it's like, yeah. So even with Google, it's like they're trying to sell us on on their AI thing on Google when it's really just a retarded clippy telling you to eat rocks for nutrients.
Ha! Get
You
your
know?
vitamin D.
No, for real. The shit's telling people to eat rocks. Another person said that the AI told them to put glue in a pizza recipe.
You're not going to believe the one about the cockroaches that live in your penis. True story, Lage.
I bet it
I'll find
is.
it for you.
I bet it is.
Did you gentlemen know that it's completely normal for at least 5 cockroaches to crawl into your urethra in a year? That's normal.
But
shit.
that's
But
only
whatever.
because they counted. No, the average is 0, is 0.0, but they counted cockroach penis George, who ingests 35,000 roaches, and he's an outlier and should not have been counted.
I mean, dude, yeah, man. There was, oh my god, what was there? Something
Yeah.
else that was telling me about narwhal.
Yeah,
it
it's
gave
like,
one of
look,
the kids
there
the
was this
recipe
one
for
guy-
narwhal or narwhals, and it was like, where the fuck did this even come from?
Right, yeah. There was a guy who had an AI tell him that a mushroom that he had collected was edible when it was just the opposite. Or to quote Terry Pratchett, every mushroom is edible. Some mushrooms are only edible once. I mean, you know, so it's like, yeah, but this is supposed to be the big technology, right?
Right.
You know, oh, and what the advertising firm said, the only companies who are using AI on the regular for their graphic design is like cheap ass, you know, is cheap ass companies, like really low end, using graphics, actual graphics.
Right.
Because we know for a fact that Condé Nast uses AI for their layouts, which is something different. But yeah, that's but like for graphics, they said that it's mostly like low end, you know, low end companies that are using that shit. It's like high end companies are not using AI for their graphics. But what? You know, so yeah, so the thing, you know, so the whole thing with Kara, right? It's like, in the end, you sign up to Kara and you use it if it feels like it serves your purpose.
Right.
It serves your purposes.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like, it's not about abandoning your previous, you know, it's not like Twitter that literally destroyed people's streams out from underneath them.
Yeah.
You know, that was
I'm
different.
a Twitter victim.
You know, that's different. You know, if you're doing really well on Facebook, there's no reason for you to abandon this just because Kara popped up. No,
Nope.
You use them both if you think you can use them. It's the same thing with any other platform. Look, these are let me just put it to you like this way. Corporations are not your friends. Okay, there is no safe space at a corporation. The second you become inconvenient to them, they're going to push you under the bus.
There is no safe space online, period. If you are so worried about art theft, get offline.
Which is absolutely unfair to tell anybody.
It is,
and that's the stupid
but it's
thing
true.
about it. You know, it's like,
it's fucking
like,
true.
The only safe place your artwork has is your sketchbook. But
it is.
You know, I mean, but the thing is, though, it's like it's very unfair to tell artists that, you know, that you can't, that if you want to keep your artwork safe, that you should just disappear. You know, I mean,
no, it's fucking completely
that's
unfair.
Why things like Glaze, things like Nightshade exists.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know,
so load up and glaze the shit out of everything.
Right. So, and you don't need to move to Kara to do that. You see, and that's the ironic thing. Kara is even telling people, you said that Kara is telling people to glaze their stuff anyway.
Right.
Because they can't guarantee
protection
safety
against hackers or whatever.
Right. They can't guarantee the safety
In fact,
of your artwork.
they can't even guarantee that the imagery that's going to be shared on Kara will be AI free, because they can't they don't have the time or technology to scan everything for and look deeper into stuff for
Right.
like AI bases, like some
Right.
of these cover artists that try to say
Right.
they're not AI or using.
Right. Yeah. Where they use
Oh,
the
well,
base.
I'm gonna pull up this AI image, but I'm gonna paint over it. Nobody's ever gonna know. Oops, I
Right.
forgot. Oh, wait, how many fingers are on that hand? Yeah,
Right.
we see
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
We see
yeah.
you.
Yeah. You know, so it shouldn't you see, and that's yeah. I think the frustrating thing is that it's not an either or situation.
No.
You know, it's like, look, you're just adding this to your, it's like, look, social media is obnoxious. We all hate it. You know, it's like, I hate the fact that,
Except for the 15th of every month.
well, you know,
Just saying.
it's like it's like, yes, it's a hassle. The fact that, oh, it's another platform I have to build up. You know what? No, you don't have to. That's the thing too. That's what I don't understand. People acting like, oh, I have to do this. No, you don't. Are you already on a platform that's working for you? Then you don't need to do all that other shit.
You don't need to, but it never hurts to have multiple platforms
Right.
in case we end up with another Twitter incident. Like I'm telling you,
Right.
I went from being on top of the fucking world to
Right.
fucking buried so fucking low. I was lucky if
Mhm.
2 people saw my shit overnight.
Right. Art victim. I just got a Kara account. I instantly dug it because there were no ads, all artists,
For
2
now.
feeds. One suggested, one follows. It's just simple seeming. Right. So it's like, and that's going to change because they all do. All platforms do. You see, so the thing is, though, it's like, just remember that you're in kind of like the honeymoon phase now.
Right.
Because it's like, look, dollars to dimes. When the people who created Kara realize they're going to need funding,
They're going to have ads.
They're going to
have to. At the end of the day.
They're either going to have to charge you for your accounts or they're going to have to buy
one
ads.
of the two.
You're going to sell ads. And this is what happened with DeviantArt. It got to a point where they pretty much sold they didn't sell their platform. They sold their membership.
Right.
To these AI companies to scrape. Although they kind of, in the beginning, they were kind of denying they did that, but then it turned out that they did. That's why they got their asses sued. It turned out that they did know what was happening.
I mean, if you need another place, another spot for a digital portfolio where you can send people to see an accumulation of your projects, then go for it. Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really sorry that people misinterpreted what I was saying yesterday. Like I was bashing the fucking site because that really wasn't what I was going for. I'm not a fucking adolescent. I'm not an adolescent. Not everything is absolutes with me. I'm not always or never with anything.
Right. You see, and that's the thing that I found irritating. It's either all or nothing. And
it's like I'm telling you pros and cons.
Right.
Do with that what you will.
Right. Oh,
and
but
motherfuckers got their panties in a wad. And I'm like, man, you come here to pull that thong at your ass, girl.
Right. Well, it's like media literacy is dead, right? Everybody's got to have their hand held, through discourse because, if you didn't say it was good, then it has to be bad. That's not how things works.
Right.
That's not how things works. But so that was kind of like the thing. I mean, in the end, I probably wasted a lot more time than I should have spent. Especially once I realized that I couldn't, that Facebook was really fighting me on stuff.
Right.
But you know what? I think the pissing upstream, is kind of like the analogy I'm going to run with. I can't help the artwork that's already floated downstream, but we can give you Giardia. Is it Giardia? Giardia? What's the beaver fever thing?
Oh, fuck.
The little parrot that if you're drinking untreated water from a stream, Giardia?
Is it Giardia or it's something like that.
Right.
Giardia? I wanted to say Gardasil, but that's the HPV vaccine.
Right. Yeah.
Fuck.
It's like whatever parasite is in the water.
Right. Poison that shit.
so that's so that's what um it was just kind of like, it was just, discourse is stupid most of the time, and this was just another stupid discourse about, I mean, it's like, it's, you just gotta choose what platforms work best for you, and honestly,
Right.
and if you see a platform is not working for you at all, just, you're going to know.
Look, dude, I'll give you a prime example. Like,
Right.
I do pretty good on YouTube. I do
Mhm.
excellent on fucking Facebook.
Yeah.
But I fucking could not move on Twitch at all.
Right. Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
And finally I was
Mhm.
like, you know what? This doesn't, but I have seen plenty of artists
Right.
who fucking
Yeah.
thrive on fucking Twitch.
Right.
You
Yeah.
have to find your place, your
Right.
platforms, your audience, and where
Right.
that works for you.
Right.
Glaze your fucking art, poison the fucking water, but don't try to run and hide, because as long as you're online, you're not safe anywhere.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's, it was just, I don't know. Yeah. It just like the discourse just got stupid really, really fast.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, it's like, sign up for it, don't sign up for it. Nobody's saying otherwise. But the thing is that if it's not an all or nothing, Jesus
Right.
Christ, it's like really, it's like sometimes it feels like, are we talking to children? It's like,
That's what I'm saying. It's like everybody's like speaking in these absolutes, and it's like,
right,
what the fuck?
right, and that was just, so yesterday I had kind of had to really sit down and think about, like what platforms I was using. The only one that's up in the air that I still don't know what the fuck to do with is Patreon. Like, I went to look at my Patreon, and it's like, and I like the feed that's there, but it's very outdated. I haven't done anything on it for probably like a year or so. It's like,
Right.
I mean, I thank the people who are still contributing to it, regardless of me doing absolutely nothing with it. But so it's like, I just don't know what to do with that.
Right.
Like that's the one platform that's up in the air for me. Like, I don't want to close it. Right. I mean, I already closed down House of Bob. I'm not going to put any adult stuff on there. I don't want to take that chance.
No, you can't.
But
that's what we're all doing, Art.
Yeah, I know. That's what it feels like. And and it's like,
thank you.
Giardia.
That. Whatever that
right,
is.
Yeah, you get it from beavers shitting in the water.
I love beaver shit.
Yeah. So, So
I mean, if you like vanilla extract, you do.
Well, that's true too. That's true too. Because my sister works in research, right? And I asked her once, because it's like they were saying that that the raspberry flavor, the artificial raspberry flavor that you see in like drinks and sodas and stuff, that they're originally from beaver glands, right? And I asked my sister, it's like, right, yeah. And I asked my sister, it's like, how the fuck did they find that out?
Who was like, let me squeeze this and taste it?
Right, yeah. It's like,
ooh,
and she goes, look,
probably the same.
He was like
guy.
going, look, researchers are strange. That's all I can say. Researchers are strange.
I don't think that was a researcher. That was just some freak, and it was like, oh shit, and then they let somebody else taste it without telling them where that shit came from.
Yeah, right.
And it took off.
Right,
the beaver. Now we're back on my favorite topic.
So so Patreon. So that's just the one that's the one platform I am like, I'm not even on the fence with it. I want to keep it.
You want to make it work. You're just trying to figure out how you're going to play it.
Right. And you see, and this is where, and I think I figured out why I'm having a problem with it. Right. Is like the other day, that's true. That's true that he has a friend that, yeah, a lot of people do very well on Patreon, right? And I think it's because the other day we were talking about, like, as a customer of like Kickstarter books and whatnot, right? You know, you always talk about, you know, it's like we want value, right? What's value? Yeah, like, I kind of have an idea of what value means to me when it comes to art and everything, but at the same time, I just have a hard time with the concept. Like, what kind of value can I possibly offer that people will be willing to toss in some money for it? You know, like what does that even mean? And it's like, and I just haven't, like,
Exclusive content.
yeah,
Like,
but
you know, the usual. I mean, there's really
right. You know, and even that I have a problem with, because it's like, why
early
should I?
access, sneak peeks.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's like, because why give Patreon exclusive access if I get more engagement on Facebook for the same thing?
Right.
Right? Because that was kind of like the thing that I was going through. You know, I would post something that's supposed to be
Because your
exclusive to
patrons will pay
Patreon.
you.
You know, yeah, but
But the engagement's greater on Facebook. So go
right.
through it, put it early on Patreon, then throw it on
Right. Yeah,
Facebook.
that's what
Either
I
way,
see
it's
most
still
people
early.
do. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, the
Right.
people on Patreon
Get it just
get
get
it
it a little
first.
bit earlier. They finish first.
Right. You know, but it's like, I don't know. And also, I think that because of that, there's kind of like an organizational thing that I think that I'm very unwilling to do. Where it's like, if I finish a piece, I just want to post it online. I don't, it's like, oh, my patrons get it first, and then, like, I have to wait until next
Wait
week
and
to
then do it
post it.
again, and then
Right.
yeah, I get it.
You know, and that was like the things that I was butting into, you know, like, oh, an exclusive. I mean, because, like, exclusive content.
Because then now you're debating between what you have a value to offer and the value of your time.
Right. Yeah.
So now you have to prioritize yourself or your fan base.
Right.
And it's like,
yeah. I mean, and especially
right now you busy.
yeah, I'm busy. Yeah. You know, and it's like, yeah, I just, that's the thing that I have a lot of barriers with Patreon, and it's like, but I don't want to get rid of it because I understand these barriers are mine, not the platforms. And I don't know how to utilize Patreon in a way that I feel benefits everybody. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah, that's just the one thing. So it's like, yeah, so I was able to narrow it down to, you know, of course, my website. Yeah, I've seen a lot of those, the monthly sticker clubs, sketch cards. Again, that's extra effort that I am not willing to put in right now.
Right
You
now,
know?
but definitely put that on a burner. That's fucking.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, you know, that's kind of,
I
you
would
know,
I would join your monthly sticker club, Daphne.
you know, I mean, yeah, I guess, like, because God knows, it's like I have enough. I seem to have enough designs right now, you know. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, so right now, so again, also to iterate, just to iterate the importance of having your own website, because I swear to God, it's like, it just feels like that we're only like a couple of cycles away from going back to websites and web rings. I mean, do you guys remember, like, I think it's like mostly in the 90s and the 2000s, where it's like everyone would have their website, right? This was pre-platform, pre-everything. I think, like, Facebook was still just a college thing, right? And everybody would have their own website, and then you would join something called web rings. And through these links, you would get, like, random links to other websites. Like if you click that, you didn't know what website you were going to next. So it really allowed you to see a lot of websites that you have never have thought of finding before. And what was cool was that there was like the fantasy web ring, there was, like the comics web ring. It's like I don't remember. Like I remember the fantasy web rings. I remember like if very specific movies, like there's the Secret of Nim web ring, there was it's like it got really, really hyper specific and hyper focused, right? So you could find everybody's websites through web rings. Now if they've trained everybody to find you, I hate Discord so much.
I hate it so much.
I hate Discord. I hate Discord so much.
It always crashes my system. And
I signed up for it, and then it's like I tried using it, and it's like, oh my god, I really hate this format. It's like what I would give for like a regular forum, like back in the day, right? It's like, and yeah, that's another one that's retired that I put in the retired folder. I'm not worrying about Discord anymore. But yeah, so it's like, so yeah, so so now it's like you go to a platform, someone like, so yeah, okay, so always, yeah, so honestly, have a website anyway. Have a website that at worst you can send people to. And honestly, if you have your own website and you wanted like your own portfolio, just make a page on your website that's as simple as possible, and that's the portfolio that you show. That's the link you show to whoever, like clients or whatnot. You don't even technically need Kara. That's yeah. So have a website regardless. Just as like, when all
and glaze your art regardless.
And glaze your art regardless. But yeah, so right now, website, Kickstarter, Facebook, Substack, Blue Sky. I think that's everything.
God, you sound like fucking Arya Stark.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what it ends up. That's what it ends up. No, I mean, really, it's like that's what it ends up making you do. You start obsessing like that, and look how it worked out for her too. I mean, yeah, it's just ridiculous. So moral of the story: if you want to sign up for Kara, sign up for fucking Kara. And it's like, and what is it? It's like, this is not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. It's like, just do it. If you feel you can use it, use it. If you're not going to use it, have it anyway. And whatever. It's not an either or. It's like, oh, this is good or this is bad. It's like, no, you're not a child. You're just filling up your social media portfolio and trying to suss out which ones work for you and which ones don't. Because that's just what happens, right? Glaze the shit out of everything and
glaze it everywhere. Ha! Make it look like a crime scene.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at least for the tech bros. And and it's like, yeah, and have a website, and it's like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
No, okay, bye.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have you don't have to, and it's like, you don't have to announce your arrival or your departure.
Right.
But yeah.
I'd like to cause a scene when I enter a room, though.
Yeah, well,
Attention whore is gonna attention whore.
Exactly. That's that. Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Jake. Hello. Hi, Jake.
That's not his first comment, right, Daphne?
What happened?
He's been here for a minute.
Oh, has he?
Yeah. He's been hanging out with us for a minute.
Oh, hello. I haven't seen you in a while, bro. Miss you, bro.
We do.
Oh my goodness. Oh, send Nita your Jake, send Nita your like contact info, because it's like, I remember that I promised you PDFs, And then I realized that since you're not on Twitter anymore,
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
where to send anything. So send Nita your information so I can send some PDFs to you. So that's so that's all I got.
It was
It
plenty.
was just, I had a very long day yesterday. And not only that, I was trying to figure out something called WooCommerce for
Words,
WordPress.
what?
It's supposed to be kind of like you can turn your website, your own website, you can have a shopping cart on your website. So instead of say right now I have Square as my shopping, right, as my
Right.
store. Right, but it's a separate website.
Right.
But WooCommerce, I think you're supposed to be able to integrate a shopping cart into your own website using WordPress.
Hey, look, here's
So-
who you need to talk to.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so then I gotta talk to you then. I gotta talk to you, Rob.
Talk to Daddy.
Yeah. Because not only am I trying to figure out, because I'm trying to figure this out for me so that I can help somebody else with their website because their store crashed and we're trying to figure out what to do with it. So I want to see if WooCommerce is probably the best thing to use. So that way I can integrate a store into my own website and not have a separate website for my store. So that's something else too, right? It's so everything is kind of how do we, bring everything back to the website? So that's what I was doing yesterday. But I really got to get some work done. So, but unfortunately today I have some other things I got to take care of too. So, which is why you should never have a strict schedule because life does get in the way and some things
does.
has to get, done. So it pushes everything else aside. I got these 4 pages left on issue 13 that are just staring at me. And it's like they're
Time. Tick,
4
tick,
pages.
Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, exactly. So do you have any final thoughts on this?
I said my thoughts.
Right.
I
Yeah,
said 'em.
that's pretty much.
I mean,
Yeah.
I need to get my ass over to Substack and do one of the things that got me started in all this shit to begin with.
Right.
Fucking blogging. Blogging is
Mhm.
where I fucking came from.
Right,
It's
yeah.
goddamn roots. It's what I was doing back in the day before I even knew what the indie comic
Right,
circle
yeah.
was when I was working with Geek Insider.
Right.
That's how I
Yeah.
got here. And I feel like if I put some effort in that, I might be able to add a platform that could be beneficial to me and people,
Right.
creatives I work with. But
Uh-huh.
also, I'm pressed for time and right now too. So.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because now you're like you said, you're an official. You're officially working for Ethereal now. So
Right.
now it's that's another company that you have to kind of,
Yep, I just keep adding to.
Right, yeah, adding to your portfolio.
Had it been anyone else, I would have turned them away because I am busy with my clients and I have no intentions of dropping any clients that I'm already working with. But because of the ethereal content, my audience eats that shit up and I love peddling smut. So
Right. Oh, so there you go. Yeah, you got to work with,
I was like, oh hell yeah, we'll make some room.
There you go. There you go. Oh goodness. So that's it for us today. Thank you so much everybody for joining us. Thank you everybody in the chat for putting in your 2 cents in this economy. So thank you so much. And thank you so much to all my beautiful eyeball people, our beautiful eyeball people watching us from regions beyond. Thank you so much. I hope you got a little something out of this this rambly, but it was at least a focused rambly. A focused rambly
Sometimes
hour.
we try.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes we could stay on. We could stay on target.
Don't expect this.
Right. Yeah, I know. Right.
This is not the norm.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh my goodness. So if you want to see more about me and my artwork and my upcoming campaigns, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, which thanks to Linktree, I can change very easily.
I love Linktree.
Yeah. So there you go. And Linktree. Linktree is a very good tool too. Well, but yes, you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post at Facebook if you are interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress updates. And remember that you can also catch me here on YouTube for all my videos and my semi-weekly art live streams Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, where for 2 hours from 4 to 6, I'm just drawing, working on stuff, and talking with the chat, sort of like being a convention, but without you feeling like you're blocking a table. So
Yeah.
it's a fun time had by all. And remember that you can also read Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales. That's TAILS online.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears in the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. Remember that the Eagle Raven campaign the link is in the show notes and in the chat. And also make sure you guys also pledge to Nightwolf as well, because when Eagle Raven launches next week, there's a little special surprise for everybody who pledges to both Nightwolf and Eagle Raven in those first 4 days. As Nightwolf is ending, as Eagle Raven is starting. 4 days. We have a 4-day overlap. And because of that, we came up with a special crossover for everybody to take advantage of in that time. So make sure you're signed up on the pre-launch page so that you don't miss out, because you only have 96 hours to get this special print and sticker set with your pledges to both Nightwolf and Eagle Raven. So that's it for us. Thank you, everybody, again. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Saying, live your motherfucking life. You got to get your motherfucking hustle. Understand niggas is going to hate you regardless. Get that out of your head, that fantasy world where niggas ain't hating on you. You got to be grateful. You need haters. What the fuck is you complaining about? What the fuck do you think a hater's job is? To fucking hate. So let them motherfuckers do their goddamn job. What the fuck is you complaining about? Ladies, if you got 14 women hating on you, you need to figure out how the fuck to get to 16 before the summer get here. The fuck is you mad about? Fellas, if you got 20 haters, you need 40 of them motherfuckers. What is you complaining about? If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. Sit back there and say my hair ain't luxurious when you know it is, bitch.